Amy, are you awake? I'm sorry to be so abrupt, but could you take care of my 3 kids for a week? Well, even if you say you can't, it's already decided. I already left the kids in front of my apartment. What, Melissa? Your text just woke me up. Oh, I'm sorry I woke you up. I wondered what you were up to so early in the morning, and then I looked at your text. You want me to take care of your kids for a week? All 3 of them? There's no way I can accept such a request. That's so out of the blue. I'm not your housekeeper, you know. Well, I was sure you wouldn't like it if I told you up front. Amy, you're a kind person. So if I just left them in front of my apartment, I thought you'd do something about it. What? Don't you feel sorry for the kids? I couldn't help it. My husband got a mental illness, and he can't even take care of the kids. He's useless. That doesn't mean you can depend on me. Besides, isn't it your fault that my brother has a mental illness? You acted so selfishly that you cheated on him many times. By the way, where are you going, leaving your kids for a week? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I'm going abroad, to the Caribbean islands. Leaving your kids behind? Even if your husband can't take care of the kids, why don't you ask your parents or friends or someone else? Why are you asking me? Actually, I'm going to the Caribbean islands with my boyfriend. Huh? Boyfriend? Are you cheating on my brother again? The last time you cheated, my parents and your parents got furious, and they even told you that if you do it again, they would cut ties with you. And I thought you had learned your lesson. Of course I'm not stupid, and I know that if I'm caught again, I'll be in trouble. That's why I'm asking you to do this. Don't tell anyone. It's a promise between women. Huh? I'm not making that promise, and I'm on my brother's side. There's no way I could overlook your cheating trip. Don't worry. If you don't tell them, they won't find out. My husband thinks I'm taking the kids to my parents' place for a week. If you don't want to hurt your beloved brother, I don't think you should tell him the truth, do you? Where are you now? Please, come back right away. I won't take care of your kids. Aren't you worried what's going to happen to them? I'm sorry, but I'm on my way to the airport now and I can't come back. Because I'll miss my flight. I don't care. Why don't you just cancel your trip? Huh? Why would I do that? I was really looking forward to it. Amy, you have kids close in age, so you're used to raising kids. And since you're not working, you have lots of time on your hands, right? I thought you'd be perfect for the job. My husband is on leave from his job right now. We have 3 kids, so I have to work part-time to make ends meet. I envy you, Amy, a full-time housewife. Well, this week, I took the plunge and took a leave of absence from my part-time job. Huh? I work too. I work from home. I work full-time while raising my kids. I don't have any time to spare at all. What are you talking about? Working from home should be easy. Oh, I envy you with your cushy job. I work part-time and it's hard work. Did you say cushy job? I'm just allowed to work from home, but that doesn't mean it's an easy job. And even if I were a full-time housewife, I would never take care of your kids. I think I would have refused even a single kid, let alone 3 kids. Don't worry. 1 or 3, it won't make any difference. What? There's a big difference. What on earth do you think you're doing? Traveling abroad when you're strapped for cash? Oh, My boyfriend is paying for it, so I'll be fine. I'm worried about my brother. My kids are all quiet, so you can just let them play. They don't have any allergies or anything, so you don't need to worry about that either. Oh, while texting, I arrived at the airport. I'm going to be busy with departure procedures and such, so I won't be able to get back to you anymore. What? I can't take care of them. Aren't you worried about the kids? They're your nephew and nieces. That's true, but I'll return that line word for word to you, Melissa. Aren't you worried about the kids? I'm not worried. I'm sure you'll take good care of them. What? We live in the same neighborhood, so let's get along with each other. You could at least cooperate with us in times like this. How can we get along if you do something like this to me? I mean, I don't think you intend to cooperate with me. Ah, my boyfriend is already waiting for me at the meeting place. I'll text you when I'm back in a week. Take care of the rest. See ya. What? You're kidding. Wait a minute. Are you out of your mind? Leaving your kids alone to travel overseas? That's insane. Hey, check your texts. Melissa, I just came in front of your apartment to check on the kids. All 3 of your kids are gone. What should I do? Why should I handle this matter? Hey, Melissa. Kevin, what should I do?
Amy, what's wrong so early in the morning?
Kevin, calm down and listen to me. Melissa left the kids and disappeared.
Oh, she took the kids to visit her parents' house.
Well, Melissa is lying.
Lying? What do you mean?
Well, she's traveling abroad. And the person she's with is...
She's cheating on me again, isn't she? That's what I thought. So, what did she do with the kids?
She said, I left them in front of the apartment. Take care of them for a week. She pushed the kids onto me. I told her I didn't want to, but she said she'd already arrived at the airport. And I couldn't get in touch with her from there. I was worried about the kids, so I came to the front of the apartment. But the kids were gone. What should I do?
Amy, you're in front of my apartment, right? I'll come down right now. Just wait a minute.
Amy, thank you so much for 1 week. It was so much fun. It went by so fast. It's all thanks to you, Amy. Life without kids is so much easier. I'm coming to pick up the kids today, but I was wondering if I could ask you again next week. I'm thinking of going to stay at my boyfriend's house. I heard his wife is going on a trip next week. He also wants to stay with me. Hi, Melissa. How can you be so carefree? You don't know anything about what's going on right now, do you? Because of you, I've been in real trouble. There's no way there's going to be a next time. You've been in trouble? Well, you took care of the kids after all, didn't you? I'm glad I asked you to take care of them, Amy. Melissa, that's enough. Amy, why are you so angry? You'll get wrinkles if you're that angry. I got it. You're mad at me for leaving the kids out of the blue, right? From now on, I'll tell you in advance. Even now, I'm telling you in advance that I'm asking you again next week, right? Are you happy now? Didn't you rather have a fulfilling week with a bunch of kids to take care of? What? What are you saying? Because a full-time housewife has plenty of free time, right? Thanks to your husband who's earning money for you, all you have to do is stay at home and raise your kids. You must have such a carefree life. If that's the case, then having 3 more kids to take care of should be a stimulating experience for you. Don't you think?
I told you I work from home.
Working from home doesn't count as work, does it? Aren't you just pretending to work at home and watch TV all the time?
Enough is enough. I work just as hard every day from home as I did when I was at work. The company trusts me and allows me to work from home. I cooperate with my husband every day. I manage to balance work, childcare, and housework with my husband. You have no right to say such a thing to me. Besides, how can you say that the full-time housewife is easygoing? My best friend is a full-time housewife. She works hard every day to take care of her children and housework. She and her husband get along well too. Every couple is unique, so I don't think it's anyone else's place to say.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You get angry easily. You're my sister-in-law. You should be nicer to me. Well, since you've been taking care of my kids for a week, I'll put up with you. I'm almost at the station. I can pick up the kids in about 15 minutes.
You don't have to come.
Huh?
To be precise, it's no use coming.
What do you mean?
It means that your kids aren't with us.
What do you mean? Where did you take them to?
Did you check my texts? I went to check on them in front of your apartment, but they weren't there. I asked you what I should do about it, but no matter how many times I texted you, the text never even got read. I was at a loss, and I contacted Kevin.
What? You contacted Kevin? I told you to keep it a secret.
It was an emergency. It's only natural to contact Kevin, who is the father. Well, it turned out that Kevin wasn't the father.
Huh? What on earth are you talking about?
There's no point playing dumb with me. Kevin is known for a while.
What?
You know the reason why he's so mentally worn out? It's not only because of your affair. Aside from the eldest son, who's your ex-husband's child, the younger twins were also not Kevin's kids. Kevin got devastated when he found that out and eventually became mentally broken.
Why do you know that?
He said that when the twins were babies, he thought they didn't look much like him. When the twins grew up, they still didn't look like him. He wondered why. And then he also found out that you had an affair with several men. For the first time, he thought that the twins might not be his.
Oh no!
Through DNA testing, he found out that they were not his kids after all.
If that was the case, why did he say anything to me?
Because he is a kind man and he loved his 3 kids. Even though the kids are not related to him by blood, Kevin is still the parent who raised them. He didn't want to leave the kids by confronting the fact with you. By the way, Melissa, aren't you worried about your kids?
What?
So far, all you care about is that your lie was exposed. You never ask me how the kids are doing.
Oh yeah, where are my kids now?
They're in an orphanage.
What? That's a lie. How could that be?
We searched hard for the kids, but we couldn't find them. We were at our wits' end when the orphanage contacted Kevin. Apparently, one of the staff members ran into the kids. The kids were walking late at night without adult supervision. The 2 younger ones were crying and screaming, and that's how they found them.
I told them to stay in front of the apartment.
They're just little kids. They're not old enough to listen to you. Apparently, they thought they were just playing around in the neighborhood, but they'd lost track of the apartment. They were looking for it so hard that they ended up in a different town.
Well, I'm glad you found them. They're still at the orphanage, right? Tell me where it is. I'll come get them.
That won't be necessary.
What? What do you mean?
The fact that you left your kids alone and went abroad for a week? The orphanage is aware of the problem. In fact, you usually leave housework and childcare to your mentally ill husband. Kevin told me you did almost nothing. When Kevin was not able to take care of the kids due to his condition, you fed the kids only frozen food, right? Kevin happened to find frozen food packaging thrown in the trash can, and he said he was surprised. The orphanage decided to take the kids into care. Kevin said he thought about divorcing you and taking the 3 kids. But he said that he's not in perfect health at the moment, and that it might make the kids anxious. So he decided to concentrate on his medical treatment now and get well. He'll pick up the kids after he returns to work.
What? A divorce? You're kidding!
I'm not kidding. Because of you, Kevin is suffering from mental illness. I'm sure it was really painful for him to find out that you cheated on him and that the kids were not his. I mean, I can't help but wonder why you think he won't divorce you. Kevin is finally trying to focus on his treatment with a positive attitude. Please, let him go.
Well, even if that's the case, why is my husband taking care of the kids? My husband is not their real father. Then shouldn't I, the mother, take care of them?
How can you say that after neglecting to raise them until now? The orphanage has decided that it's not safe to return the kids to you, so that's not going to happen. When Kevin gets well enough, he will go through the process, and the kids will officially become Kevin's kids. Of course, I intend to cooperate. Also, the orphanage has been in contact with your parents, so your parents know what happened. They said, "That's no daughter of ours. We're cutting ties with her."
No way! This is not how I imagined it. You always listened to me. I trusted you to take care of my kids without complaint. I trusted you.
Because you were a pain in the ass, Melissa, I didn't want anything to do with you. That's why I always listened to you and ended the conversation as soon as possible.
What?
Besides, you didn't leave your kids with me. What are you mistaken about?
What? What are you talking about? I did contact you.
Yes, I got your text. But the truth is, you left the kids alone. And when I went to check on them, they were gone. So you didn't actually leave your kids with me.
That's... You know what? You've been blaming me all along. But we're sisters-in-law. Wouldn't you be sad if your beloved brother and I got divorced? Your brother will have a history of divorce. Would you still be okay with that?
Yes, I hope for that. As long as my brother can get rid of someone like you, I don't care about a history of divorce. I know that Kevin should divorce an insensitive person like you as soon as possible. And I'm happy that the kids are now away from you.
What? An insensitive person?
Yes, I'm talking about you, Melissa.
Don't get carried away, Amy. I can't stand it when you talk to me like that. You boring and timid brat. I will never forgive you.
I don't need your forgiveness. Besides, boring or not, it doesn't matter now. Don't judge me by my looks. I've always had this kind of personality.
Ugh! You deceived me!
That's not a very nice thing to say. I will never forgive you for betraying my brother.
I don't need your forgiveness either. If Kevin is divorcing me, then I'll tear you and your husband apart as well.
You can never do that. I have already told my husband about all of this. He is also very angry with you. Kevin and my husband are good friends. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh yes, my aunt is a lawyer. If anything should happen to me, I will ask my aunt for help right away. Oh. Kevin already asked my aunt for help. He's already made arrangements for the divorce. What? You're lying! I'm not lying. I'm going to be there for Kevin. I'll make sure that he can receive alimony and child support. No way! I only work part-time! What are you talking about? You said it yourself. You said that part-time was hard work, and you envied me for working so comfortably. I make $3,000 a month in take-home pay, and you made fun of me. So you must be making at least $4,000 a month, right? Then you can pay for alimony and child support, can't you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made fun of your job. I had no idea you were making that much money. I'm also sorry for forcing you to take care of my kids. Please don't claim for money through a lawyer. I can't pay alimony or child support. I will not cheat on my husband from now on, and I will have a change of mindset. You need to convince Kevin to reconsider the divorce. I told you before, didn't I? I'm on his side. I'm going to help him get a divorce on the best terms possible. I'll do whatever I can to help. No way! I have no intention of listening to you. Also, I have no intention of communicating with you on text any longer. I will have you communicate with my lawyer from now on. Now, I will leave you with this. Melissa, I don't think we will ever see each other again. I know you will have a hard time on your own from now on, but hang in there. Goodbye. I blocked Melissa so that I will never have to communicate with her again. As for the text messages between Melissa and I gave them to Kevin and my aunt, who is the lawyer, as evidence. I left further communication with Melissa to my aunt. Here is what Kevin and my aunt told me. Kevin and Melissa got divorced without any trouble. Thanks to my aunt, Kevin was able to claim alimony and child support as requested. Melissa was left penniless and evicted from her home. Since she had been cut off from her parents, she had nowhere to go. No one knows how she is doing now. Kevin is currently undergoing treatment. He is doing his best in the treatment and looking forward to legally registering the kids as his own children. Recently, he has regained a healthy complexion. He has decided to go back to work, but only for reduced hours for now. It may be only a matter of time before the kids return to Kevin. My husband and I love Kevin and his 3 kids. So we will cooperate as much as we can. We will continue to support each other as a family.